From Dana White posting that he knows Shaylee Lip's name, to Sean Strickland's rather offensive take on Lip's legacy, here's everything on the heartbreaking tribute from the UFC president to a fallen fighter. And let me warn you, you might need tissues. Dana White took to Instagram to pay tribute to a rising MMA star who lost her life in a car accident on the 7th of May. Shaylee Lip, a 21-year-old, passed away in a horrific vehicle accident just days before her first major match, and her passing has left the entire MMA world in shock. Shaylee hoped to gain the respect of UFC President Dana White with her journey in the MMA, but she left the world too soon. Lip was motivated to become well-known in the MMA community and hoped to catch Dana White's eye at the UFC. And after her accident, it seemed her dream will simply stay that way. But when White learned of the 21-year-old's demise, he paid the young fighter homage by uploading a photo of Lip to Instagram with the caption, "Shaylee Lip, I do know your name, R.I.P." And you guys would never be able to grasp the gravity of those words. But don't worry, Dana White provided some context in the comments too. Apparently, Lip's mother discovered her journal in which she had written, "Dana White will know my name," at the end of each entry. And now he knows her name, even if she isn't here to know that. After UFC fighter Lauren Murphy told UFC Vice President of Talent Relations Mick Maynard Shaylee's story, White decided to honor the amateur fighter on social media. But the man had more to say. According to him, her passing really hurt him. The president of Ultimate Fighting Championship told reporters at the UFC on ABC4 post-event press conference that it messed him up for a few days. Yes, tragic events occur daily, and this incident in particular had quite an impact on him. He told everyone how she was just a 21-year-old MMA fighter, and she had just returned from Thailand, where she had been practicing for a fight scheduled for May 20th, where she got in a car accident that cost her her life. It was Mick who received the call and decided to dial Dana's number, saying, "Hey, I just wanted to tell you this story, and you know what? It's a story that needs to be heard." So he made a post about her and also talked to Shaylee Lip's mother. The UFC president did his best to console the grieving mother, Jenny Buchholz, a North Dakota State College of Science Hall of Famer. Dana also felt the need to confess that while he's not good at this type of stuff, he did the best he could during the past few days because what happened was just heartbreaking. The president's tribute allowed the entire community to come together and pay their respects, and the number of messages that poured in would definitely restore your faith in humanity. In a heartwarming shift of events, all the MMA superstars commented under Dana White's post to pay homage to Lip as well. Conor McGregor and former middleweight champion Michael Bisping were among the top MMA stars to pay respect to Lip. Following suit, Laura Sanko, a UFC analyst, offered her sympathy and said, "Thank you for sharing this. My heart goes out to her family." One championship atomweight contender, Alice Anderson, paid her respects as well, saying how sad she was to hear the news and how awesome it is of White to share it with the world. While Anderson didn't know her, she's sure that it must have been a dream for Lip that the president knows her name, and that it was. Now, normally broadcasts like these that honor the UFC fighters who now participate in or have previously competed for the organization, but Shaylee Lip didn't fit any of those categories. A homage to the rising fighter appeared on the screen this past Saturday, the 13th of May, before UFC started to air. After the tribute, White broke down in tears while describing the promotion's choice to honor Lip and the reasons why her passing affected him so deeply. But what do the reports say of her passing? According to the news, a two-vehicle collision in Moorhead, Minnesota, unfortunately, took her life. The television station KVLY-11 reported that she was the only one not wearing a seatbelt in the two cars, while the remaining 4 passengers were, and it ultimately saved their life. On the 7th of May, she was driving a Chevrolet Malibu when it was struck by a Jeep Cherokee. The 21-year-old was reportedly the only one hurt in the collision, and she was not using a seatbelt at the time. She had just returned from Thailand to participate in her first fight of 2023. Yep, she apparently had just returned from a month-long MMA and Muay Thai training trip in Thailand. On May 20th at the Kent Freeman Arena in Detroit Lakes, the rising star was scheduled to square off against Natalie Gage in the main event of Ignite No Mercy 11. A video of her practicing in the ring and promoting the fight appeared on her Instagram page just 1 week before the horrible accident. In the caption, she had written that she would love it if everyone showed up and cheered her on so close to her hometown. She encouraged everyone to bring some pals, drink a few beers, and just have fun during the fight. She'd love to see fans and friends there. But it seems fate had some other plans. On April 26, 2023, She fought her final match in Thailand, according to her Instagram. Jeremy Bjornberg, the promoter of No Mercy, declared Lip was headed for the UFC as he paid respect to her. She began competing against the best boxers in the Midwest when she was just 19 years old, and everyone knew that she will eventually make it to the UFC and become the icon she dreamed to be. And Shaylee Lip was on the right track too. Prior to losing to Cheyenne Bowers in March 2022, Lip had a 3-2 amateur MMA record, winning her first 2 matches. And before she had even ventured into the world of fighting, Lip was super athletic and competed in track and field, gymnastics, and pole vaulting, and she was amazing at it all. And I've got the receipts to prove it. Before making an impression in martial arts and quitting college to pursue a career in it, she competed in the pole vault at North Dakota State University, proving that she excelled at everything she set her mind to. Shaylee Lip received her training at the Academy of Combat Arts in Fargo, Minnesota. According to Dylan Spicer, the facility's owner, who spoke to Valley News Live, she was a talented young athlete who had a deep love for martial arts and showed a lot of potential. And while Dana White's tribute to the fighter made headlines, she was loved everywhere. Lip's personal trainer, Eric Sweeney, paid a heartwarming homage to the wonderful human as well. The trainer shared that his heart is utterly torn apart. He says that Lip was such a beautiful person, so ambitious and full of potential. He added that she was one of the few people he'd encountered who was genuinely working towards excellence and nothing less, and so she will always be in his heart. Lip's trainer shared that he couldn't wrap his head around the fact that he won't see her this week, let alone ever again. So he just needs her to know that she was on to something. We were breaking the code. Eric Sweeney says that being Shaylee's friend will have a lasting impact on him, and he appreciates each and every minute of their time together, all of their conversations, both private and public, the smiles, the laughter, the sobs, and every feeling in between. He'll keep each one close to him and appreciate all of it. But not everyone had nice things to say. I mean, there's always that one guy, right? And this time it's Strickland. Are any of us surprised, though? The man didn't hold back when he blasted the bandwagon guys, who also blogged about Lip despite having no connection to her. According to Tarzan, Lip wasn't actually that good of a boxer. He said that while he knows he shouldn't fucking say it, but he just can't help himself. He knows that the girl passed away and it's awful, and he feels terrible for her family having to face it. And while Dana White handled it pretty well, he's going to be the first to admit that she wasn't really that terrific. It might sound mean, but to him, facts are facts, and they say 3-2 after a defeat, 1-1 overall. So while this is going to sound screwed up, no one would even remember your name if you hadn't passed away. And everyone who was posting about her and giving her attention were simply clout chasers and equally up bandwagon motherfuckers looking for their 15 mins of fame. Now tell you what, the tabloids may just be airing the story for clicks and likes, but their reports also bring home condolences and prayers to the family, while Sean Strickland's comments did nothing but damage. So from the Tarzan's offensive take on Lip's legacy to Dana White posting that he knows Shaylee Lip's name, this was everything on the heartbreaking tribute from the UFC president to a fallen member.